lovelies, and welcome to my BookTube channel. This is Hilary Fox. My name is V, and today we're already going for my January to be read. January 2025 is almost upon us, and this is the reason why I decided to go for my to be read now. I wanted to kick off the new year with something typical for me, but also something very interesting I've been dying to read for months, weeks, I don't know. And I finally managed to get the book into my hands, so I'm going to read it in January, totally. Yeah, I think I got my coffee at the ready. I got the 2 books I want to read in January, so let's kick off the new year with 2 interesting books. And the first book I wanted to read so badly, which I finally managed to buy. I rarely buy books these days, but I had to have this one in my hands. And it's The Spirit Bears Its Teeth by Andrew Joseph White. And if you remember, I read Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White as well in 2023, and I loved the book so much. I needed another book of Andrew Joseph White in my hands, and this is it. I've been dying to read that one ever since I heard that it is a thing, because in this book we have Silas as the main character, and Silas is transgender and autistic. Andrew Joseph White excels at writing transgender characters and autistic characters, so that's just amazing and great by itself. The representation in Andrew Joseph White's books are always great, impeccable, on point. So yeah, Silas is supposed to marry another man, and he has violet eyes, and apparently in this kind of world the veil between the living and the dead is very thin, so people that are born with violet eyes are, well, they are always women, and they can talk to the spirits of the dead. So they are kind of prized and exceptional, and are married off to men that control their powers and them. But Silas is a man, and he doesn't want to be married off to someone else, and he doesn't want to be a nice and friendly housewife, which is understandable if you ask me. So he butchers the wedding and is sent to an asylum because, according to the people around him, he suffers from a weird sickness that befalls the women with violet eyes, and due to that they are sent to asylums, which is just another way to say that the people of their society want them out of the way and want to punish them for their disobedience, which is always a very strong topic in Andrew Joseph White's books. Injustice is a very strong topic, and also the stereotypes and people trying to force others into those stereotypes. So this topic is very strong in here, and at that asylum Silas is sent to, he discovers all the spirits of former mediums that were there, and he wants to find out why they died and what happened to them. So it's kind of a mystery with a very political and queer message, and I love that. It also sounds very interesting. I've been dying to read that one ever since I knew it was going to be a thing, and I'm pretty certain it will be amazing once again. And alone the premise of the books sounds so intriguing that I had to put that on my January to be read so that I can read it right at the beginning of the year and kick it off with an amazing book. Yeah, this one. I want to read it badly. Okay, and the second book I decided to read in January, which is almost some sort of tradition by now. I think I always start off the new year with a Riordan book. Uncle Rick writes amazing books and I just need to read them. And this one is the third book in the Trials of Apollo series, and it's The Burning Maze. I wanted to read that one for a very long time. I borrowed it from the library, then didn't manage to read it, gave it back again, borrowed it again. Because the library has so many editions of this one. But I decided, no, I'm going to start 2025 right with a Riordan book, with an Uncle Rick book. And this is already the third book. The series is basically about Apollo, the god, and he's fallen in disgrace with Zeus, and Zeus sent him to Earth as a normal teenager. And he is forced to work through quests and to fight monsters without his powers. So, yeah, the difficult relationship between Apollo and his father Zeus has been a topic throughout the entire series, and I really like that. This series is definitely more mature than the other Riordan series. We have a lot of serious topics in here, and also with Meg, his friend. She also has a very complicated relationship with her adoptive father. But I won't spoil anything here. It's just, I love the way the character arc is done here. We basically start out with Apollo in the first book as a teenager with no powers, and a lanky teenager at that, with pimples and everything. And he kind of hates being human and having to go on quests, and he doesn't understand what he did wrong and why he's forced to be a teenager once again. But with every book, he realizes how wrong he was. He's confronted with things of his past that pop up every once in a while and make him think why he made that choice, and if it wouldn't have been better if he would have been a little bit more compassionate. So yeah, I really love this series. I love where it's heading. We have the labyrinth in this third book, and I'm so here for it. Also because I know there will be another side character featuring in this book, which I missed very much. I love that there are always cameos of other characters in Rick Riordan's books. It's not going to be any different in this one, and I'm living and breathing for that. Also, they are very enjoyable and highly entertaining, and I'm always through those books in no time. So I'm pretty certain it won't be any different with this one as well. And I'm pretty certain I will love it once again. So yeah, that's the second book I want to read in January and at the beginning of the new year. So, well, I think that's already it. I only put 2 books on my to-be read because I know I can't handle more. Yeah, jury's still out on if I'll be able to manage to read all the books I wanted to read until the end of 2024. I'm pre-recording this in December already. So yeah, I guess I will find out by the time I got up this video if I managed to finish all the books I wanted to finish from my December to-be read. Anyway, the second thing I want to do with my January to-be read video is that I want to ask you for book recommendations. As some of you might know, it's a tradition for me to make a to-be read list for the next year. And the last 5 spots on that list are always empty, and I always fill it with recommendations from you guys and from all the other social media I have. I always write it everywhere and ask for recommendations. So we're going to do this year as well. I have this little tiny bowl here, and I will put your bookish recommendations in there, and then I will draw out 5 of those book recommendations and put them on my to-be read of 2025. It's really become such a tradition over the years, and I love all the book recs I get. I always get so excited to see what you want me to read. Yeah, I love to do that at the beginning of the new year. So let's stick through the traditions and continue to do so. And what else? Well, last year I spoke about my channel plans. But quite honestly, for 2025, my only channel plan is to actually keep it running and going. And maybe, just maybe, to hit that 400 subscriber spot. I've been trying to hit for, I think, years now. So yeah, maybe I will be lucky in 2025, who knows. Aside of that, I honestly don't want to make all too many goals or channel plans. The only thing I can say for sure is that there will be my March readathon once again, minuscule March, and that I will host Rainbowween in October once again. Those are the only 2 things I can say for certain. Everything else is just up. I won't make any plans this year because the last couple of years have taught me that I'm not really able to keep to them. Real life is keeping me way too busy to promise you anything. And before I make empty promises, I'll just not make any promises, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you will stick around for 2025 as well, and that you will continue to interact with me in the comments, and that we will go on this bookish journey together. And yeah, I also want to thank everyone who already subscribed to my channel, who is following my reviews on Goodreads, and who likes my Instagram posts. Thank you so much for all the support I got over the last couple of years. And yeah, I think that's it. I would really love to hear what you are going to read in January, which kind of books you picked to start into the new year, and if you know the 2 books I spoke about, if you like them or not. I would really love to hear your thoughts as always. And well, I guess we're already at the ending of my video, and there's nothing left to say except of take care, stay healthy and safe, and see you around the next time. Bye!